So, good morning, good evening to everyone. Let's start. So, before we get on to teaching for today, let's maybe in-gather ourselves with the breath. And also to see that how it's like we do need to practice because we keep on slipping, no matter whether it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes that we sit for. The moment we try to bring our attention to the mind, it very slippery, it keeps on slipping. So that's why we need taming and practice. So just bringing the mind again and again, no matter how many times it slips, to looking at the breath again. Feeling the up and down of the tummy. Thoughts may be there which may come and go, but we are not going to think at the moment. Just in a very relaxed, alert manner. Following the breath. Many significant or non-significant things may have happened during the day or night, but right now it's just the breath and the awareness. Relaxed and alert. Attentive, yet not tight and rigid. Then maybe experimenting a little, becoming aware of all the noises around us. All the sounds inside the body, outside, in the room where we may be, just becoming aware. And if thinking enters the picture, we just label it as thinking and focus just staying as awareness. Now bringing back the awareness to the breath in the body. So the masters have said that it's good to build this base for stability in meditation, and that the more we are able to keep stable the mind, stably the mind on breath for a slowly, gradually longer duration, that helps create a very solid foundation for our practice, those of us who are interested. That at will one can switch attention looking at the breath, and then when one wants to up focus on the sounds around, one becomes aware of them, then one can again bring back the attention for as long as at will, if we want, on the breath. So this is like gymming a muscle, and it really brings stability or mastery, a little bit mastery, relatively, we can keep increasing. So anytime during the day, whenever we get time, we can just, for 2 minutes say, okay, I'll, bring my mind to the breath, whether we are standing, running, walking, doesn't matter. And yeah, that's enough. To do it also scatteredly throughout the day is also nice. So I thought I'll just pick up the uh, relatively older sharing. We have shared it many times on the group, Taming the Monkey Mind by Jetsunma, Tenzin, Palmo. And there are many episodes in between which are very relevant and crisp. So today maybe we listen to a bit of it again. Some of us may have heard it, but I think it doesn't matter because we still can hear it again and again. So just bringing it up.
Cultivating a quality of mind which is called awareness. It also can be called mindfulness, attention, consciousness. It's that ability of the mind. The first step is the ability of the mind to observe without comment. This is a very, very important quality in Buddhism. The ability to be aware, to know, without having to evaluate or judge, just knowing. And because this is such an important quality for us to learn how to cultivate, how to develop, this is the way to tame the monkey and then to train it. In Buddhism, we usually start in all Buddhist schools with the breath. Now, many of you here, I'm sure, know the meditation on the breath as it is taught in various Buddhist schools. But the point is, the reason why the breath is useful, first of all, is because we are always breathing. And normally, when we are breathing, we are not aware that we are breathing. It's one of those automatic functions of the body which we don't give any thought to, we just breathe. But we can know the breath if we want to. So if I ask you all to stop breathing, we can all hold our breath, right? We can't stop the heart beating. We can't stop the liver functions or the stomach from digesting food, but we can stop our breath for a limited amount of time if asked to do so. So there is a connection between our consciousness and the breathing. At the same time, we cannot breathe in the past or in the future. We only breathe now. So if our awareness knows the breath as it goes in and it goes out, then at that moment we are present. Now it's very hard for our egoic mind, the mind ruled by this small self, to stay present. If we get to understand our mind, we recognize how much our mind is caught up in the past, in memories, comparisons, and just thinking back to what's happened before, 50 years before, 20 years before, yesterday, 5 minutes ago. All caught up in the future with our plans, our fantasies, our dreams, our ideas of what will happen next, our fears of what will happen next. But the one place that the mind has a really hard time to stay is now. To stay in the present is very hard for the mind. We don't recognize how difficult it is to actually be present with what is happening right here, right now, without commenting, without discussing it in our heads. So, therefore, this very simple meditation on the breath is a very skillful way to bring the mind into the present and at the same time to develop this important quality of awareness. Awareness means knowing. Normally, we don't know what's going on because we are too busy talking to ourselves. We are chattering away to ourselves the whole time, and we miss what is actually happening. For example, We are all sitting here. But how many of us are aware that we are sitting, experiencing the feel of sitting, unless we are uncomfortable? Normally, once we are sitting, then our mind's gone off in all directions. But it's not where we are. So it's very important to develop the ability to be present, to be centered. So we learn how to observe, how to witness. And first, we observe the breath. So we're just going to sit for 5 minutes and do this. It's very simple. The most important thing is that you keep your feet on the ground if you can. If your feet are too small, then never mind. If you're at home, then you can put a cushion under your feet. And keep the back straight, but not tense. The hands can either be here or on our knees, resting gently. Just keep the neck feeling slightly down, but not feeling relaxed. The most important thing, two important things. First, to be focused and to be relaxed. Don't make the mind tight. Keep the mind very, isn't it wonderful? You have nothing to do except sit, breathe, and know that one is breathing. That's it. Nothing. Right? So please just breathe normally. The attention should especially be on the out breath, and then a slight pause, and then the in breath. Just naturally coming in, and then again the out breath. Just knowing it. That's all. And if after a short time you get bored and the mind gets carried away with thinking again, just notice, bring it back to the breath. What we are trying to do, the breath is not the really important thing. So maybe only 30% of our attention is to the breath, and the majority of the attention is to the fact of being aware. Be aware of being aware. Do you understand? Because this is a practice in learning how to develop this quality of being mindful, of being conscious and aware. So that is what we are interested in. It's the awareness rather than just the breath. The breath is like a support for our awareness. Okay? So this is a very important, it's a very simple practice, but it is the very first step in learning how to tame our monkey mind. First step to taming the monkey mind is to allow the mind to become more quiet, more calm, and to watch the monkey by looking at this point at the breath as it goes in and especially as it goes out. Any sounds we hear, just ignore them, they're just sounds. So we will just sit for 5 minutes and observe the breath. It comes in, it goes out. It comes in and it goes out. And we know it. That's all there is to do.
Yeah, if there are any reflections, anything anyone wants to share, we can take that up. Okay, so thank you everyone. I'll paste and share the link on WhatsApp group so we can go through it again. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Bye.
Bye bye.